everyone, and welcome back to the Curious Stitches podcast. This is season 2, episode 2. So, when I said I'd be recording in a week, we all know, right, that I meant more like 2 or 3 weeks. That's what I mean. So, I have a lot to fill you guys in on. So I'm not going to do it all today because otherwise we're going to be here for about 3 hours and no one wants that. So I have got my timer on purely because editing and things like that. So this is the Curiostitcheskal podcast. I'm holding a pencil. Let's do that again. This is the Curiostitcheskal podcast, and I'm coming to you from the southwest of England. My name's Elly, and this podcast is about knitting and my designs as Curious Stitches, and also friends of mine that happen to be starting out in their designing careers, and then other projects that are by other designers, you know, as are all knitting patterns. Someone has to design them somewhere. So yeah, I take great pride in being one of those people. So, with all that in mind, today is the 7th of September, which is Wednesday. I had to double check, I've lost track of dates. Yeah, so I'm recording on my proper setup today, so I hope you can hear me. Jump of the day, I'm wearing my Feline Phantom, which is one of my designs, and I love it so much. This was knit out DK weight on a large gauge. It's available on Ravelry and Curiostitcheskal.com. So that is what I'm wearing today. I'm also wearing some hand knit socks, some opal yarn hand knit socks. Getting all the willies because the weather's cooled down. It's about 20 degrees today. Yes. But the wind makes it feel a lot colder, and all the torrential rain and thunderstorms and everything else we've been having has massively dropped the temperature here. I will insert some footage either here or at the end, probably at the end, of the thunderstorm that we got caught in on the beach the other day, and the rain was torrential, and we realised that staying on the beach was dangerous because lightning, lots of lightning. So ironically we then went and found a bus stop to hide in, which was made of metal. Didn't think that one through. So it was very quickly established that we just needed to go to the train station because that's made of bricks and lots more shelter. But a fun time was had. So I do not have any finished objects to show you today because my Lottie pullover, which is also out on Ravelry and Curiostitcheskal.com, is over there. And I was going to wear it, but I thought, no, I'm going to stay in my Feline Phantom today because it's nice and it's a little bit cooler than my Lottie pullover, but I will wear my Lottie pullover next week, I promise. So as far as back projects go, I've got everything written down. And I'll tell you what, it was a task going through all my show notes for the last couple of years to figure out what I'd finished, what needed finishing, what I'd said I was going to start, etc. So, projects that have been ripped out. My colour fade cardigan that I started by Andrew Murray, that was using a mixture of my own hand-dyed yarns and Titus, gone because 12 skeins of yarn on one cardigan wasn't that comfortable doing that. And also I want to be able to use the yarns for other options, other projects. I'm looking at it because it's down there. So I have a lot of other things that I want to knit that yarn into, as opposed to just one cardigan that I may never wear, because it's actually, the collar is very light, and you will notice the theme, because we'll come to that, me and light colours. Occasionally, very occasionally, I can wear a light colour, but not very often. So yes, so that has been ripped out. So bye bye. My own, let me phrase that. My own shadow work sweater I have ripped out because, and it's very light grey and that beautiful mossy green. I'll insert a picture of the yarns I was using sort of this side today. But my skin tone and the grey, too contrasty. I need a warmer grey. So instead I am completely getting rid of that, and I'm doing it in black and maybe a rust or a burgundy or brown. But I'll explain more about that later on, because like I said, we have lots to talk about. There are some cows coming up, but I will talk about those in the later section. So I established that I have 27 projects on the needles, some of which I had actually completely forgotten about. Like, they had completely escaped my mind. Yeah. So going through and reorganising everything to sort of get back on track with my personal knitting, not just designing knitting, I found about 20 projects, both knitting and crochet, that I had started and put down, and they were sort of there in the very, very back recesses of my mind, but it didn't occur to me to actually get on with these things because they were so far back there. I forgot they existed. I mean, I've got a crochet blanket that I'm meant to be doing for my daughter for Christmas last year, my middle daughter, the grey, black and red one, for those of you that remember. Yeah, didn't finish that. Just as an example. So I have got a lot of projects that you will see from the past on the podcast, on vlogcast, whatever we call it these days, on my video, on my channel, sort of resurfacing. They won't be all at once, obviously, because that would be crazy, and I can't knit on that many things at once. I don't care who says so, I'm not that fast a knitter. I know a couple of people that are, but not me. So, the things I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you 3 projects that I'm working on at the moment, 2 of which are my designs, and 1 is just a pair of socks. So I will start with the pair of socks. Now these, I started and I had to check, I didn't actually show on any of the videos. So this was yarn that I got Halloween yarn last year. And I have done the foot and I'm halfway through doing it. Where was I? Yes, so half of the heel is going to be this bright orange, and the other half is going to be this sort of purpley colour here. Very nice purple. So I do have other Halloween sock yarns somewhere around here behind me. Nope, they're over there. But this year I really want to get a really nice indie dyer one. Now I haven't bought myself any I'm not going to start knitting. I haven't bought myself any indie dyed yarn for quite a while now, and by a while I mean at least a couple of years, because I didn't need to. As an indie dyer, I felt very much I should only use my own hand-dyed yarn, but now I'm completely free to sort of indulge. And Susan, Wild Cottage Ireland, Susan, she happened to show me some yarns that I had already looked at and shown to someone else. So I will definitely be getting one of those again, Susan. I'm just not sure which one yet. So yeah, watch this space in the next couple of weeks. I will have some more Halloween yarn. Okay, so this is just wool, superwash wool and nylon blend. I can't remember the colourway name, but it is one of the Halloween ones from Hobby last year. I won't be buying anything from Hobby again, but I'm not going to get into that now because I have enough negativity and I don't need that. So yeah, these are my pretty Halloween socks so far. Okay, so the second project that I'm going to show you is the Jera Harvest socks. Now I've got one, but it's on a blocker wet over there. So this is number 2, and the yarn I'm using are these two beauties. Now I haven't got the ball band with me, so I will remember, and I will put it on the screen here with a little pretty moon thing. So these are the two colourways that I'm using for the Jera Harvest socks. Now the Jera Harvest is a rune spread for 4 runes. So I'm knitting these on 2.75mm and 3mm DPNs. And this one I have just started the first rune chart. I will show you the image of the conception sketch here so that you get an idea of what they look like. I'll show you them both next week because I'm sure we'll be finishing this one before I record next time. And yeah, so these are out with test knitters, and this is part of the same collection, the rune collection, as the Shadow Work sweater. And there's also a hat and some mitts, and they're all with test knitters, and it's so much fun having test knitters who have common interests as me and are kind and lovely, and oh, I've made such good friends doing this whole knitting, designing. It's wonderful. So, yes, those will be out on the, I think I said the 24th of September. Yeah, 24th of September. And so I will now show you the hat. Just move that down there. So the hat I'm using some Metallico in the teal colourway, and I'm using Rowan Angora. Now this one's fingering, but I hold it double, so I've got 2 balls of this one, and this one is DK. And this is my second carnation of this hat because I made it my first version in the same colours as my Shadow Work sweater, and yeah, it was beautiful, didn't suit me. So this one, oh, too much yarn in the bowl, there we go. This is nearly done. I'm on the decreases now, it's just spread out on my DPN so that you can see it better. So this is the Norn Spread, and the Norn Spread is a 3 rune pull or drawing. So it's got a 2 colour work brim, and then it's got your colour work charts, and then I'm really pleased with this crown detailing. I will take some photos and show them on Instagram, because I may not get this finished today. I want to, but I may not have it finished in time to sort of go, I'll put a picture in here sort of thing. So yes, I'm working this one on 4mm needles. Yes, 4mm needles, and the brim was on 3.5mm needles. And again, I've had such a blast with my test knitters with this one. Julia and Susan, I will be putting in just a little clip in a second to explain the importance of gauge, because when you're designing patterns, you knit them in the gauge that, so I knit my patterns at my own gauge, and I figure out my fabric that I like and choose the needles accordingly after you've swatched and everything else. And so if people don't swatch, their item will be much too big or much too small. And well, Susan very graciously said I could share this little clip of her video that she sent me. So here is an example as to what happens if your gauge is too large.
There we go. I'm going to put a little pom-pom on.
So I was laughing with them about that for so long. I was crying. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, but she has now remedied her gauge, should we say, and yeah, she's nearly finished her second one, which looks amazing. So yes, I will let Susan tell you more about her experience of test knitting a colourwork pattern as a first time colour knitter over on her channel, which I will link down below. So before I go on to what's in this basket here, I am going to now tell you about something that's coming soon, which is a knit along, a cal, and it will be using the hashtag Curiostitcheskal handle on Instagram and well, all social media really, but on Instagram, and it is being hosted by Susan on her channel, and also Carrie on her channel, who is My Wool Mitten. So the official start date is the 24th of September, which is, in the UK, that's the autumn equinox, which I can't wait, I'm so excited, I've got so many plans for the equinox. Anyway, so yes, that will be running from the 24th of September until the last day of December. And there will be patterns and prizes, I think once a week. So we're going to take it in turns to give away the prizes. If you want to enter on my channel as well, feel free. Tag me in your creations with @curio_stitches, which is here. So yeah, go and watch both Susan's video and Carrie's video for more details, because they have everything there. So it's primarily for all patterns that I have published so far to date, and it also celebrates the fact that on the 30th of September, so on the 24th, sorry, the Jera Harvest Socks and the Norn Spread Hat to come out, but then on the 30th of September is the casting mix. And all 4 of those patterns with the Shadow Expert will also be as an ebook. So that's kind of the big launch day for those as well. There will be discount codes. You'll have to go on Susan's channel for her discount code to get the patterns, and you'll have to go to Carrie's channel for her discount code. So yeah, and if you want a discount code from my channel, I will post one on the video that is the nearest date to when the cal kicks off. So yeah, happy days. So excited. Okay, so the final project that I'm going to talk to you about today, I am doing test knitting for my friend Shaiyeh, whose channel I will also link down below. And I'm doing her Piebald Socks, which she has shown on her podcast for a while now, we'll say, won't we, Shaiyeh? So I'm not showing anything to the pattern because I've not yet cast on. I'd cast on the very edge, no, the cast on stitch this morning. I thought that's ridiculous. So I'm using some of this pink. I am using some of this pink and this pink and these 2 beautiful shades of brown. So one's more sort of chocolatey and the other's more caramelly. And then I'm using my strawberry shortcake yarn. I have so much of this, but I'm going to be using the white and pink because you only need 50 grams. And these are 2 50-gram skeins. I will use the red and white one for something else. It's very deep pink red. But yeah, so those are my colours for that. I will share my progress on these beauties next time I record. And yeah, Piebald Socks. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for so long to be able to cast these on. And yes. Now, I'm not the only one making these. There's also Michelle, Hedgewitchknit, whose channel I will also link down below because I love all my friends. And I think another friend is knitting them, but I don't have her permission to talk about her, so I won't. But you know who you are. So yes, that is pretty much all I need to say today. Because like I said, otherwise this will go on for hours. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. I have loved spending these, I don't know, 20 minutes or so catching up with you guys and showing you some knitting things. Yeah, and I will see you all again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.